What is going on, guys? It is Cameron here. Welcome to Hard Insight, and this is a new channel that I'm starting up. Just going over preparedness in general and some cool technology stuff that I'm interested. So if you're here for that, then don't hesitate in hitting subscribe and liking this video. So let's get started. The first video I'm going to post on this channel is going to be doing a review of the Grecell T-1000. So this is a power station which I thought was a very good deal, and I just wanted to do a good review. I bought this with my own money. They were not sent to me, all because this is my first video, so of course I don't know who I am. We'll put it through its paces, make sure everything works, and doing a quick unboxing and explain the whole thing and see its competitors, and we'll do a conclusion at the end of this video. So let's get started. So this is the Grecell T-1000. That 1000 stands for 1000 watts. So that's how much this thing can output. On the side of the box, it says that it can do protection at like 1100 watt hours, plus or minus 80, before it will shut down. So I have tested that. It would go up to 1200 watts before it would trip. And also says that it could do up to 2000 watts max. Which is just its surge protection. So let's get to unboxing this thing. So this box is actually very well packed, so you don't have to worry about it being broken and shipping. It's very thick foam, meant for heavy items. About 5 layers, 6 layers of foam. Okay. And let's get this box. So this is the Grecell, kind of heavy, 21 pounds. These are the accessories, and also comes with this electronics carrying case. So if you needed to place storage cables, it got you. So at 21 pounds, it is lighter than most other power stations. This does use a different battery chemistry. It does not use the newer LiPo 4 batteries. Those are much heavier and they have a lot more cycle life. This uses the cobalt batteries, the ones that like the 18650 ones, or the other number I forget. They have a lot less cycles in them, and compared to the newer batteries, the things you would see in like a Blue Eddy. So you could probably get around 300 to 500 cycles in this before the battery starts degrading down below 80%. Compared to these other batteries where you could probably get 2,000 to 3,000 cycles, but you have a lot more weight in the battery compared to this. This is only 21 pounds. Same example would be probably like 30 to 40 pounds for probably around the same capacity. So you are having a little bit of weight savings. And another reason why I did go with this specific power station compared to all the other ones that I found is that I won't be traveling with this. So this isn't something I keep in my car to go camping with, to power a bunch of lights, to discharge and charge every weekend. It is more meant for emergencies. So this stays in my bug-in kit. I do not do anything with this except for this video and all the testing that I'll be doing. Otherwise, it won't be discharged and charged, which means I don't have to worry about the cycles degrading the battery. So if you're not going to be traveling all the time and you just need something for emergencies, I would go with this battery. You won't be paying the premium for the newer ones. And these are a lot lighter, so moving it around the house and stuff like that will save your back a little bit. Now let's get into the accessories. What this comes with is a 150 watt wall adapter, .12-volt charging cable for your car, and a solar meant for solar Anderson cable. So all these plug into this barrel connection right here. Maximum input of this device is 155 watts. So you don't expect to get up to 200 watts regardless if you have a 200 watt panel or not. So I had done some testing and I only have one 100 watt panel, but the Renogy panels were doing around 90 to 100. It was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So the sun was still pretty up there, especially in the summer. And I was getting 90 to 100 watts. Like, it was just fluttering in between there. So that was the testing I did. And you can expect the same performance, maybe a little better if you had more efficient panels, but the Renogy is pretty known, so that's the performance I got out of it. So looking at the outside of this thing, you got these rubber protections on the corners. I wouldn't be dropping this off a 2-story balcony, but you can expect a little bit of give to it if you were to slam it into the wall for some reason. These rubber corners are actually very useful for when you're laying a solar panel against it. So these are not that long, and I do not have an adapter. So this has to be next to the solar panel, basically as close as possible. So I lay the solar panel against the side with the rubber handle, and I have the output coming in to this barrel connection. And so when I lean the solar panel, it won't slide off like regular plastic would. This rubber would actually keep it steady, and I could adjust the angles pretty easily. So now going over the performance of this thing, the input you can get is 155 watts. So this is a 150 watt power adapter that you can plug into the wall, AC power adapter. And so you do get 150 watt power adapter. You also can plug it in with your 12 volt, 10 amp car charger. So you probably get 120 watts out of that. And you also get your Anderson connectors. Charging time from the wall, you can expect 7 to 8 hours from completely dead. It does do a full 150 watts, 155 I've seen max out of this thing. Car charging, you can expect anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. It is not the greatest, it's not the fastest. You are 30 watts under that maximum of this thing, so you're not going to be getting that full power that you could be getting. But I see it more as a way to top off if you've been using the solar all day and it wasn't a particularly sunny day. Just plug it in your car, you make sure you have your full half tank to full amount of gas, and just charge away. Solar, of course, depending on the lighting of the day and if you had direct sunlight or not. You could expect a full 150 watts if you had the panels to do so, but your use case may vary depending on where you live and how much sun you get throughout the year. Now, going through the output of this thing, as you can see, there is 2 AC wall adapters. These AC plugs are rated for 1,000 watts max, give or take. It says that your overload protection kicks in around 1,100 plus or minus 80. So that's pretty much what I've been getting to testing. I've tripped it out multiple times at 1,200 watts. So you can expect that anything holding 1,200 watts for a long period of time probably won't work. Then you also have your USB. You have 3 quick charge 3.0s and 1 60 watt USB-C adapter. So my laptop here is 65 watts maximum. So I can charge my laptop pretty easily off of this just using a USB cable, which is really nice. For my specific use cases, even like MacBook Airs and stuff, they would be able to charge off this no problem. So you have your DC output for your car adapters and whatnot. They do 120 watts and these DC 50 adapters as well. And then you also have your light and then your power button. So this does have a pretty good light kind of bread, I guess. Click once, turn on, double click for SOS, which is not bad, draws almost nothing, doesn't even turn on the display. Then you have your 2 inputs, your solar, different type of solar input, and then your DC 12 volt to 26 barrel plug for your wall adapter or your MC4 adapter as well. And on top, you also have your wireless charging pad. So this does 10 watts. I've seen up to like 12 watts coming out of this wireless charging pad. But yeah, it is a wireless charging pad. To turn it on, you will have to turn on the USB button. Make sure the unit is powered on first. Turn on the USB and move your pop socket. And it does charge. So as you can see, it is drawing 0, 3, you have to let it kick in a little bit. It is drawing 0 watts right now, but it will pick up here in a little bit. 3, 4. My phone is fully charged, so it won't be getting the full 10 watts for battery protection, of course. And now going over the battery, this is a 22 volt, 45 amp hour battery, which means its capacity is around 999 watt hours. Don't know why it's 999 watt hours, but it is. So basically 1,000. You could get a lot of use out of this compared to some smaller ones, and I just wanted to make sure that I could get the full 1,000 watts of AC power out of this thing. and I actually could let it run for a long time, like this fridge behind me, during an emergency. So its charging temp is 32 to 104 degrees. Its discharging temp is 14 to 104 degrees. So it does have a fan in here to help regulate that. So when you're charging, if you're indoors, outdoors, regardless, if you're charging, it will kick on to keep those temperatures within an acceptable range. So you don't have to worry about overheating very much unless you have this in direct sunlight, which I do not recommend. So if I were to do a direct comparison to the Jackery 1000, Jackery Explorer 1000, there's not that much differences besides there's 3 instead of 2 of these ports. The whole thing's orange. Probably the only thing I would say is I would trust Jackery more outdoors. Definitely, 100%. I bet you those things are way more well-built than this thing, especially like in water resistance and just like basic like moisture and whatnot. I bet you those things are meant for the outdoors. This is more like a stay inside, need to keep your fridge running type of deal. But honestly, the internals are almost the same. They both use the same battery chemistry. Jackery has not switched or entirely switched all their platforms to the new battery chemistry, so you can expect the same amount of cycles and battery degradation. Honestly, it was more like a no-brainer for me to buy this. Charges through solar if I needed to. Probably also the Jackery can charge at the full 200 watts. This can't. This does max out 150, which is something to take into consideration. So a full day of sunlight will charge us up, but I don't know how common that is in your area, so keep that in mind before buying this. So now we're going to do some testing. I'm going to plug some things into it, show you what happens if you do overload this thing, show you some just basic use cases. So let's get started. So we're going to start this off by using a coffee maker. This is a Gorma hot ice coffee maker. Anything to make hot water or coffee. It's probably very important. So this thing draws, I think, up to 700 watts. So let's get that on video. So as you can see, the AC input is on, and we got the coffee pot in there. So we are going to click brew now. You can hear the fans kick on. We are drawing 712 watts, 711 sustained, so it is heating up right now. It should come down once it gets up to that temperature. It did peak at pretty high input, but you can see it dropping pretty fast. It is drawing 700 watts, so we won't have a lot of battery left over because we did put a lot of water in there. Yeah, I put about 4 cups of water, so I probably will kill it, so we can still do other testing. But so after that quick little test, we are at 94%. It did use up a lot of the battery for that short period of time, so that's just what happens when you have electricity and high watt items. So yeah, that thing can run no problem. I can also run a rice cooker if we need something to eat. Do want to get a probably 1,000 watt hot plate, if that even is a thing. But yeah. So next we're going to show the overload protection that this has. So we're going to turn on this Ninja Foodie and just know that this is not rated to run on this thing. So as you can see, AC out is on. It is not drawing anything right now. So we'll do that. You're going to see it spike up. 33, 514, 12, down. So yeah, it does draw past 1,100, and it does just switch off like that. So at least you know that your battery won't blow up if you ever draw too much amps. What? At least you know that your battery won't blow up if you draw too much wattage. So we can try and adjust this. Let's turn this back on. It does kill the entire port, so you will have to turn on the AC again. We're going to try and drop this down to like 300 maybe. Oh, let's do 350. Nope, does not like that at all. So yeah, you're gonna have to get a low power air fryer that can do stuff like that. If air fryers even get that low and can still cook. So yeah, you probably will have to get items that will be supported on this. And I'm already down to 92%. I barely even used it. So Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that video. It was very short. Hopefully it was informative and can help you make a decision in buying this device. Honestly, do your own research if you didn't think this was sufficient enough, and find a bunch of other comparisons, and feel free to let me know in the comments if I missed anything. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed and have a great day.